Before I get started with my actual show, I want to just touch on some topics that I think are very relevant, because I've been speaking prophecy on the show. I've been prophesizing some things, and surely they have come into fruition. I have touched on some things that have given you a great deep insight into where we're going and where we're headed. And I just want to touch on how succinct these predictions and prophecies are, and why you have to know that the Matrix is at an apocalyptic point. The Matrix is collapsing. It's time to get out, get your shit together, quit depending on white supremacy. It's over with. So let me just give you a idea of what's going on, one of my predictions that's going on. First of all, let me find out where I post this prediction. I also have a group, Counter Police Terrorism and Insurgency on Black Nationalism, countering police terrorism. Now, it's not just police brutality, police terrorism, because we're trying to create our own black nation. The end of black crime, black on black crime, is black nationalism. Let me repeat that. The end of black on black crime is black nationalism. And black nationalism is us coming into our own, becoming self-sufficient, becoming our own government, our own government power, with our own regulatory ability, able to govern ourselves, the power of self-determination acknowledged by ourselves. We can't do that with the white man standing over us with a billy club, with a tank, with machine guns, SKs and AKs. We can't build our own nation. If the white man is still ruling our neighborhoods, they say we're free, but they are insurgents in our community. They have occupied our community with their terrorism. They're shooting black men down in the streets daily. They're killing our people under the auspices of policing. And they're intimidated by black nationalism. Whenever they see us unifying and coming together, they're in complete fear. They're in complete fear when we unify on any issue, subject, or anything within our own communities, and they come to destroy and separate and cause division and reinforce and reestablish their power, just like they do in third world governments. So they are insurgents in our community and terrorists, terrorizing us to have us scared to come together and build and establish our own, keeping their foot in our necks, using terroristic tactics of shooting down black people in the streets in order to make us afraid to come into the power of who we are and to know that we deserve to manifest our own human rights. They're terrorizing us out of doing that, making us want to be under them. So the mere police occupation in our community is terrorism in and of itself. The forces of white supremacy, I don't care whether they're black cops or white cops, they still operate under the institutions and the forces of white supremacy. They're still backed by them, and they're still representatives of them. They are insurgents and terrorists in our community. So I set up a unique group on Facebook called Counter Police Terrorism and Insurgents Against Black Nationalism. We don't need police to stop black on black crime and to create safe communities and harmony within our society. We need black nationalism. In order to create that white man got to get the fuck out the way. He have to stop using integration as an excuse to destabilize us, integrated rulership. He uses integrated rulership to continue to destabilize us within our own community. He makes it like we need some white people there, like this is America and it represents everybody. But if we are independent and we were free and the slaves were free, then we have the right to rule our own selves. We are nothing but an African nation in America. And we should be treated and respected as an African nation in America. But we won't, as long as Whitey keeps finding excuses and justifications to shoot us down in the middle of the streets. But back to my topic. I don't want to go into that. I just want to give you an introduction into my group, King Noble Counter Police Terrorism and Insurgency on Black Nationalism. And just that group is to educate people and to keep them aware of all of these all the terrorism that's going on, and to motivate people to address the real issues and situations that are going on in our community, to see what time we are, what time it is, to see that the white man has declared war on black people. The white man has literally declared war. The police department, law enforcement agencies have declared war. It's open killing season on black people. You will see that in the Counter Police Terrorism and Insurgency on Black Nationalism. You'll see that. You'll see those posts in our group, how these individuals are getting out of control. And you'll also see fronts that we're winning. And you'll see them having to cower down because in certain instances their terroristic tactics are not working. I put posts up there where people were standing and effectively cowering down the police. One video you see in there, LAPD versus black man that knows his rights. No license, no tow. And, you know, it shows where a brother, you know, was able to talk his way out of getting towed and not having a license. You'll see how the cracker just cowered down because he know black people are rebelling right now. There's a rebellion movement against police terrorism and insurgency against black nationalism going on with black people. Black people are not going for it no more. So this particular cracker had to cower down, you know, but he tried to make the black man, he tried to use a psychological trick to make the black man feel like he agreed with the government, to bring the black man back into the fold of government, saying, you know, oh yeah, we are, you know, I can't handle this here because you got to still go before a judge and all this, and neither of us have the right to interpret law and all that to kind of maintain white nationalism, because that's all the government is. That's all the United States government is white supremacist nationalism with an integrated army, with an integrated labor force. That's all. But I'll have more videos like that and more clips and posts that you can see where you can stay abreast and aware of this police terrorism and our warfare against police terrorism, which is what counterterrorism is. It's our own warfare against the terrorism of the police. Let me continue